What's up, good people and Eagle fans? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. We have a huge day tomorrow, because tomorrow we talk about practice in pads. Not the game. Not the game that we love. We'll be talking about practice in pads. And it's been a very spirited camp so far. But before I get to all of that, I have to say, I feel so blessed and so honored. No joke. I honestly do. I am humbled by the support that I get from so many of you great fans. And today, I'm here at the hotel and got in the elevator to go get something to eat. We went to Big Mike's down here, soul food restaurant. And man, we spent about an hour waiting for our food. But shrimp po' boy was really good. Shrimp po' boy was really good that I had. It was worth waiting for. But be that as it may, when I was in the elevator, there was a couple there. And the guy looked at me, he was like, I watch you, you're on Joe Boo Sports Report. And his wife was like, oh no, not that guy. I was like, okay. She's like, no, I hear you all the time. And watch the clip, because this is good. What's up, good people? I was in the elevator, and Mark Gillespie here said, wait, you're Mark Holmes. Diehard Cowboy fans, we're everywhere. Mark, how do you feel about everything we've been seeing in Cowboys camp so far?
It's good so far. There's a lot of unanswered questions, but looks good.
Do you have any hope for the season?
I think we're going to do well this season. I really do.
Okay, I hope so. Now, the funniest thing here is, and I get a lot of this, is the better half always says, that guy, I hear you all the time. And how are you doing?
I am doing well.
Okay, well, thank you guys so much for the support and everything else. Sorry, you guys you're heading out?
We're heading out in the morning.
Yeah, in the morning.
Oh, man, well, we got a few more days here. I tell you, it's crazy that people watch me. I am so honored and so blessed, and I appreciate all of you guys that do. So, tomorrow the pads go on. Now, not that players wear pads today like we did back in the day, okay? Let me explain something to you. I am so old. I want you to understand that in high school I played offensive guard, left guard. And when we were blocking, you could not use the open palms. And this seems like almost crazy right now. You had to use your fist. You had to keep your fist within the shoulders. You could not open up your hands to block. Okay? I'm sorry? Probably they weren't. But by the time we got back, I don't have their number. Okay, well, okay. My wife was saying we ended up waiting in line for an hour at Big Mike's, and we walked 15 minutes away. So we were going to try and go to the lobby downstairs and have a drink, but by the time we got back, it's like 10 o'clock. Big Mike's soul food had a lot of people, and their service is not fast. All right, but be that as it may, my wife was like, we're supposed to go down and have a drink. Yeah, it's kind of late, and I'm tired. But regardless of that, back in the day, you had to use your fist. And so we had, it was almost like a soft rubber gloves that were like boxing gloves. Your fingers were out, but it was a pad to protect your hands. Because when you were hitting on shoulder pads, your knuckles are getting raw. It was crazy. And because you were blocking like this, you also had forearm and elbow pads, because you're literally blocking like that. And we had hip pads, and we had the butt pads, and thigh pads, and knee pads, along with the shoulder pads. And under our shoulder pads, see, we had like monster pads. The monster shoulder pads wrapped around you, okay? And, you know, if you're being an offensive lineman or defensive lineman, you had to wear the monster pads because they had a little extra padding on the rib cage down. So, you know, we were literally like stormtroopers basically out there. Nowadays, players don't wear all those pads. They wear like shoulder pads, and sometimes that's it. So having practice without pads really is not much different than having it with pads. But it's not actually live action. And some of the guys that have been looking really good, Collier Elam is looking like he may be a great move for the Cowboys as far as cornerback goes, and may be a great bridge until we get Savon Rebel, who, mind you, I pointed out earlier that Savon Rebel wasn't working out the training staff, so he may be ready to start practicing soon, as opposed to just rehabbing. But Kyler Elam has been looking really good. And the talk of camp has been Donovan Easy, a guy who fell in the second round, who may be the guy to finally turn around the perspective of second round picks that have been just bust. They just have been for the Cowboys. He has been flying around. In fact, he was, basically saying to Dante Fowler, "I'll see you at the quarterback. I'll see you at the quarterback." I like that. I like that. I like his energy. I like his attitude. And I love his ability. You know, a guy who had 15 and a half sacks in college and coming into the pros with a little bit of arrogance, a little bit of chip on his shoulder, and a whole bunch of confidence is exactly what this team needs. And it is exciting. I can't wait to see highlights from tomorrow's practice. I wish I were out in Oxnard because it looked like you had a great crowd out there. Apparently, somebody lost fantasy football because he kept walking back and forth wearing an Eagles jersey saying, on the back of it saying, "I suck at fantasy football." And that's probably like the Commanders, the guy who I saw at the autograph signing show, who was walking around in a dress and basically saying, I lost the bet against the Commanders. So, yeah, these bets are getting so creative. People are so creative. Yeah, that's a good one. Make a guy go to training camp wearing the opposition's jersey. Yeah, I like that. But this team is seemingly really falling in line. And with Brian Schottenheimer, who, you know, they made jokes about Brian Schottenheimer becoming the head coach. They laughed about Brian Schottenheimer becoming the head coach. And thus far, he seems to be getting the attention of the players and the organization and getting everybody on the same page. And that's step number one, is to get the players to believe in you and what you're telling them to do. Yeah. The team could be better than what some people thought it was going to be. It's still early, and, you know, we've had some injury scares already. If this team can stay healthy, and that's going to be the biggest key out there, they could make some noise. So, I'm tired. I'm real tired. And vacation just wears me out. I am I hate to say this. I honestly hate to say this, but it is very, very hard for me to do a vacation. In the same way that my wife enjoys watching series. She loves when a series comes out and the whole season is out, because she will sit there and she'll watch episode after episode after episode after episode. And she'll always say to me, like, well, why? Hey, this is a show you'll like. It's like, yeah, I'll like it, but I don't need to see 20 episodes straight. I can't do that. I can't sit down for any length of time and stop. And it's the same way about vacation. I'm always needing to move, because if I don't move, I feel like my body just kind of locks up. And it's like there's so many things I want to do, I want to accomplish and all that. It's just hard to stop. And vacations, it's hard. And it's like, I don't really want to go on vacation. I got work to do. And that drives my wife crazy. And maybe I'm just crazy. But I miss doing all the things I've been doing on the red brick house and working and creating. Maybe I'm obsessed, and maybe there's something, and maybe there are some screws loose, but I mean, it's nice sitting here and not having to do anything, although me and my wife have been working on planning out work that we need to do, trying to plan things that tomorrow will be planning things that I want to do with the channel for the fans and things, and figuring out what the motto of the season will be. And we got the application, which is, I mean, it's a long application for the Department of Historical Resources, which, you know, we spent 2 days on writing all the information and reasons why the red brick house should be considered to be deemed a historic place. So it's been very, very productive. But again, it's just hard for me. But life is short and life is precious. And that's why you have to learn to make moments and great times and memories. With that woman that's right there, she deserves to have lots of great times and great memories. And I'll try and do better. Remember, good people, tell the people you love how much you love them, because life is short, the world is crazy, and before you know it, time is up. I love you guys. Peace out.